Hi, my name is Jennifer Keys. I'm an aerospace engineer here at NASA Langley in the Space Mission Analysis branch within the Systems Analysis and Concepts Directorate. So I got involved with NASA actually first through an internship with Hampton University where I was working in atmospheric science. And then I did 4 different co-op terms during the fall of my sophomore year and then each summer as I went through college. And I worked on everything from subsonic aerodynamics, looking at airflow over airplane wings, to writing software code for a sounding rocket, to actually designing small rovers for Mars and helping look at concepts for future spacecraft. So it really was an incredible way to get involved with NASA. And like I just said, I really have worked on quite a few projects. That's been one of the really great things about my career so far here. Since I started working full-time after college, I actually have done a lot of concept development work where we've looked at what sorts of communication systems do we need when we send a whole fleet of missions to Venus or to Saturn's moons, Titan and Callisto. And so looking at the communication systems, I've also worked on, so what would different spacecraft look like if they were going to those planets? So that was all part of the revolutionary aerospace systems concepts. I've worked on some Mars rovers called the Tumbleweed that use the Mars wind to move across the surface rather than small wheels that can get stuck on rocks. I've worked on missions going to the moon. What would it look like if we were going to build things from the materials we can find there on the moon, called in situ resource utilization? Right now I'm working on a project where we're actually putting some atmospheric science instruments on 2 of NASA Langley's airplanes. And we're going to look at the aerosols in the atmosphere, and that will all lead into climate. So one of the great things about my time here really has been the breadth of projects I've been able to work on. Some of the most exciting aspects of my job, first I would have to say, are the people. There are some really, really incredible people that work here. And particularly what makes that really exciting is you get to learn a lot just by being around all these other folks. Right now I'm working with another young lady who's been a systems engineer and a design engineer. So she's been able to teach me all about different ways of doing design of parts and how to get them fabricated and what requirements look like and how to write all the documentation that goes with it so that we make sure that anyone in the future can understand the work that we're doing. I've gotten to work with just some really creative folks. The creativity is a big part that's very exciting for my job. It's not the same thing every day. It's not just sitting in an office. It's, I get to plan missions and design spacecraft and help scientists make sure their measurements are going to get taken and we're going to get the data that we need. That's really cool to me. I'm really looking forward to when we fly missions at the end and you get to see your work go on an airplane or get integrated onto a spacecraft and then getting to see it launch, like the space shuttle. Or a sounding rocket, and to get to see your work actually launch into space or be implemented or go to Washington, D.C. and be part of what helps a decision maker make a decision, that to me is just really, really exciting. There's a lot that I learned in school that does apply to my job. There's some of the basics, math and science, and it's even some of the things that as an aerospace engineer I never would have known would have helped. There can be everything from chemistry and biology and how those can affect different materials and how can biology help us be creative, to study skills, knowing how to get my work done and knowing how to plan what my priorities are for the day. Just like when I was having to do homework and study for tests and prepare for advanced placements exams, all those study skills and life skills are very important to my job. There's also something that I learned in school just in terms of how to get along with other people and how to help make decisions and how to be nice to others and communicate well. All of that's really key for my job here today.